I'm Deanna. I am a fashion designer and an illustrator. Also the founder of deMonch. I recently graduated from VCU from their fashion design department. Spent 3 years of my life sewing, hating a sewing machine, attempted to kill my sewing machine, cursing my sewing machine. Yeah, you name it, I've probably done it. But I guess that's the life of a fashion designer. I make clothes. I like to draw. I think that's where I'm stronger at anyways, is drawing. I taught myself to draw most of my stuff. I was very inspired by Japanese animation as a kid. The internet was getting big at the time, and you can go online and you can see pictures and stuff like that, and I really got into the comic book aspect of Japanese cartoons. Drawing's a lot of fun. I mean, I have more patience for it than I have for a needle and thread. I do carry my sketchbook everywhere. If I'm at a coffee shop, I'll pull it out. If I'm at the library, I usually pull it out to sketch something I saw, or if I have an idea, I'll usually either write it down real quick, or if I can do like a tiny little stick man, I usually do that. A lot of people will say, hey, you're very good at this is awesome, and I'm like, yeah, they're good, you know. I would like to improve more and like to see where it develops and takes me. You know that question when they say, if you were abandoned on an island, what do you have to have with you? And I always say, well, my sketchbook, my pencil, and some Sour Patch. At least a good chunk of Sour Patch, because that's the best candy in the world.
Deanna started drawing at a very young age and excelled in high school, and then made a decision between two careers that she wanted to. Of course, she was not tall enough to be a pilot, so she pursued her love of drawing, which led her into the fashion world, which is where she really likes to do.
My dream is to actually start up my own design business, actually create my own line of clothing. My business name or company name, whatever you want to organize it under, is deMonch. And what I want to specialize is into clothing that it's not the wearer that has to fit into my clothing, it's the clothing has to fit the person who's wearing it. Anime geeks and Connies and will all agree with me that love to go, they love the tutus. Tutu took me a bit to do. This was my second try at making a tutu. And then I did the corset out of an old pair of leather pants, which is the inside lining. Put on a pair of boots or a pair of heels. Put on some really fun jewelry, and it's a very funky thing to wear. Each one of them have a different concept to them and a different inspiration. What Leslie's wearing, it was inspired by Middle Eastern look with the body covering. What is exposed, what is not exposed, what is appropriate for the culture itself. Even though you would think these are like dark and drab kind of garments, they're very unique in their own individual way, depending on the person. I want people to feel gorgeous in my clothes. I want women to feel comfortable and feel very chic and fashionable, are not afraid to show that they have curves. They have a little extra pounds, a little bit of an extra butt, or a little bit of extra tummy, or they have big boobs. This is the nomadic one. You have the more sheer here and in here, and then you have the solid that covers. It has like a nice peephole, and then in the pants you have the sheer. And then you have the, to give it more texture, was to kind of rib it out. And what we did small tuck pleats. You should like what you wear because you're uniquely your own person. There's only one of you out of this entire world. So why not wear clothes that express that? This is all recycled ties, and they're actually from my grandfather. They're all his ties. And some of them are actually my dad's and my uncle as well. So that all has kind of family history right there. It took me at least a good 2 years to actually sew a straight stitch. And even still, it's not that straight. But it was worth it at the end, I guess. I mean, I've seen like the end product and see everybody like stop and go, "Ah, that's awesome." And you're like, yes, that's mine. It's worth it. It totally is worth it.